So everything worked fine, really. The last 4 maps, we had not a single issue, and now suddenly, I was staying on the same GoTV. I didn't switch a thing. Nothing, really. I was staying on the same one. I would be quite surprised if it works right now, retrieving game data. This is the point where I stop. No! It worked! I have no idea why it worked, but it worked right now. I don't know why. Okay. Okay, cool. This is how cavemen used to watch streams. That's a good one. That's a really good one. But either way, we're back in the server. Round number 15 it is. We're watching All Light. And the names are now even more confusing because HLTV got our names right. While those guys in-game changed the names. Resident Sleeper. I mean, Barcy, Tekish, Laz, and Kahama Forest is... Yeah, okay, I gotta check those names again. My life is being made harder than needed. Crow. Okay, Crow. And the final one is gonna be Poem then. So Poem is the one with the Japanese letters. Now the question logically is, I mean... Insane is the only one who kept his name. So we gotta check on that again. I love it when plural players do that. It's easy for casting. As we're right now in round number 15, we've missed a bit of action. As the Absolute, if I remember correctly, we're actually up 4-1. From then on started to get a little shaky. Now the Japanese try to deny those double digits. Last finds himself back on the site as he could connect onto a second, but in the end is not able to. And the CTs, the Chinese ones, are making it work right. Poem, as you know, that is actually Crow trying his best, but against Free, you're having a hard life. He actually has cover towards that one section, but cover towards apartments then peeking out. 12 seconds, time pressure is massive. And so what I'm gonna check right now. So, for your information, this is Barca. This is Last, this is Tekish, this is Poem, this is Crow. Now it gets interesting. So, Marek is no clue. Insane is Insane. That is cool. Marek is Marek, I'm taking that back. Ole, which sounds very French, is... Okay, so... He's none of the ones I know. Not on HLTV at least. Xproshak is also Xproshak? Ah, it's Xpro. I'm falling for the biggest baits in this world. And Furshits is... Yeah, I don't know who Furshits is. Either way, the bomb focusing towards the B site. As we're having it right now. Big patience coming in from the EHOME lads. There it comes. The B site's gonna be already taken and attacked. As Insane made his move on the site. Oh, that was a brutal head ripped off, but 24 more seconds. Last is moving in every corner here where he can survive. In the end, doesn't work. That means Poem has to do it together with his teammate Crow. Both not having the best of a situation right here. You just have to say this map actually picked by S5 Absolute.
Bomb has been planted.
So it's kind of worrying. No kit in any of those hands. So it's going to be very difficult to now retake this. The time is low. Marek peeks at the right time, finds the head of the Japanese player, brings it only down to Poem. Needs to find Free, and I think that will be a little bit of a tough task. Can't find Merrick in the end to connect 3 frags and puts them all together. EHOME going on number 11. And I think there is no audio delay. I don't know what you're talking about there. I really, really don't think there's audio delay. It shouldn't be the case, at least. So, regarding HLTV information, Carstar is actually logically from Flash, we know that, but besides that, he's a lone player and coach. Stan G is a coach. Free might be the one we're looking for, but Free is also known as Insane, okay. How King, it's very confusing with the names, I'm gonna be straight up honest. Merrick is officially listed. Okay. As it goes. It shouldn't be too much of a problem for EHOME. That's an absolute. We'll have a little bit of a problem right here as EHOME will have a good chance of bringing them down. It will be 12-5, and from then on, they keep on striking to the 13-5. And as we have it right now, frags start happening. The weaponry of Asset Absolute is logically not very advantageous in such a scenario. Last tries to rip a head off, does it with the body shots. Finds first hits. Down to a 3 versus 3 they are. That bomb is going down, and with X-Pro, American, Insane eventually having a problem. It could be happening, but it seems like at that point in time, they know the bomb is planted. They don't have a kit onto themselves. It's a nice angle Lass is holding. You realize there's no one to the left. From the right, then they come. And the MAC-10 is a fast shooting beast that takes you down with the most random spray pattern I think ever created. I think even the numbers of Pi are less random than the spray pattern of the MAC-10. And that's where we have it at. The USP-S6. No, you don't do this. We already had that in a previous game with Roar actually taking down the opponent fully armored team with just USP-S's. It was very worrying, but in this case, it seems like EHOME, they're not falling for that trick of the standard issued pistols. Silence guns don't take me down. 13-5, and EHOME, they should be taking this home fairly easy. Here it comes though, the Japanese now starting up. 3 players they only have left, which makes it all a kind of uncomfortable situation. The bomb is already so fast on the site, and this is not an eco where you can rush it or something like that. EHOME makes it with a full buy on each site. And first it's gonna realize, okay, there's no one towards A, I can just make the rush towards short. Oh, he misses the timing. That is incredible. He might just come from behind and finds himself too. Does he find the second as well? He does. The Japanese have no problem with Mirage. It seems to be only for the life. But also the most beautiful lyric has to die at one point. And that brings Asset Absolute in a situation where they don't have the best of situation regarding their weaponry. They are down to pretty much 0. We see Takish as well as Crow are basically bankrupt. There the UMP makes it work. 1 frag found. He definitely heard that step. Ole. Oh no, he's gonna be caught out by Parsi nearly. Brings him down to 18. And then tries to rip the head off. I forgot the name of Ole. Is it actually a name to remember? Slowly he is called. No, he's actually Ole. And so, shots with the AK are very lethal. That's a good timing, S. Seems like S-Pro has an idea. So it's gotta be EHOME having the good possibility of taking that home. You should see the head in a second. Oh, and the SA Absolute guys are still into this. And it seems like X-Pro is in a bit of a hairy situation there. And so it's gotta be only Crow to figure this way out. It seems like he's not having any. Finding himself a frag, but he has no kit, he has no time, and he has no options. Take that AK, bring it home, and be happy about it. That's all you can do. Merrick and Co. on the right track to success. As you see, the opponent still have 4 rifles on the boards, but barely any utility. They're using that very early as well. There they come. Lit going in first. He sees the CT player, finally rips off the head of him. And Last is there to react in time. It might have been a man equalized situation as it is. The bomb should go down easily. They still have a Molo to drop it towards connector. That is the information given away. And if X-Pro is smart enough, or X-Pro is interested in doing so, he could move over CT, build just pressure on the side of SC Absolute. If this is going to end 16-5, will be determined in just a second, as Insane holds himself as close as possible. Merrick finds himself the first player, but now it gets a little tricky. Only Takesh alive, he has a kid to do so. Finds the jumping player, has to find Merrick, but he just pulls through. No, he does not, and that just does it! 16-5, the Chinese team dominates Asset Absolute on the map pick of the actual Japanese team. That is extremely unfortunate to watch for EHOME. They couldn't really connect to it. Excuse me, unfortunate for SC Absolute, of course. They couldn't really connect to it in the end. That was Mirage. Fairly easy here for EHOME. We're going on Overpass in a second, which has been picked by the Chinese team. Interesting side info though. Map picks so far barely determined the outcome of the actual game so far. Interestingly enough, that will bring us into a break. My name is Sesht. No more HLTV scoreboard, no more elevator music. We're finally having the GoTV. It all works, and we'll just be right back with map number 2.
LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.